What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we'll be previewing the round 1 game against St Kilda. So just before we kick things off, I've been having some audio troubles with syncing up my proper audio from my mic over here. So if the audio quality is shit, it's because, my mic is for some reason just out of sync, and I've been trying to fix it. I've recorded this video about 3 times, so hopefully 4th time is the charm. So the AFL men's footy is back. I'm recording this on Wednesday night, so I've just watched the Doggies and the Demons do battle in the grand final replay. Great match. Demons, of course, won, and it just gets me very nervous, very excited for our big Friday night game against St Kilda. What I like about this Friday night game is that it's a Friday night game. Look, we finished 17th, so to give us a Friday night season opener is really good, and I'm happy that we're not versing like a Brisbane, or not that we would have versed them, but like Melbourne or the Doggies. Someone really good in that top 6. St Kilda is probably kind of around our sort of the benchmark that we're kind of aiming for, because they did finish on top of us on the ladder, and I think that we are able to match it with them. So like I said, it is a big game against St Kilda, mainly just because we need to see where we are as a football club under Craig McRae. I know Craig hasn't had years with this team, but from what we've seen on the preseason, what I've seen on the training track, all the reports and everything like that people have been speaking to, is that we've just really hit the ground running to work on this game plan, work on our forward ball movement, work on not kicking backwards, all these things that were really annoying us in Buckley's reign. We're just looking to improve, and I think we will start to see the fruits of Craig's labour, and Justin and Brendan Bolton and stuff like that in the first game against the Saints on Friday night. The Saints are a little bit of an odd one in these pre-season. They went down to Carlton by 7 points after leading at half-time. They kicked about 4 goals in a row towards half-time, and then kind of just dropped off, but they were without 2 of their ruckmen. Against Essendon, they beat Essendon by 11 points in the Amy Community Series game. They went down 2 players in the second half. Clark went down, and also Jack Billings went down with a hamstring. Paddy Ryder is out, so we definitely want to see those 3 guys line up against us. But St Kilda, they just beat Essendon, and Essendon, vying for that top 8 spot. People saying that they're going to win a final this year. So you're getting the old St Kilda and a little bit of the new St Kilda as well in these last 2 games. So it's very hard to tell where they are. What's impressed me with St Kilda recently, though, is in those 2 games, Members kicked a bunch of goals, Max Hinks kicked a bunch of goals, but it's not just those 2 guys that we have to worry about. Brad Crouch is resting forward. You got Dan Butler, Jack Higgins, Mason Wood when he goes up there, and with us, with that depleted back line, no Charlie Dean, no Jordan Roughhead, no Braden Maynard, it doesn't kind of help our cause. So that's why we've been such a good defensive side over the last couple of years, but now we have to not keep teams to a low score. We have to kick a big score, and I know that's how football works. You win games by kicking points, but what I mean is that, like Craig McRae said, if you can be great defensively if you're putting all your players there, but when you want to go up forward, there's not really anyone to kick to because you've got a full team press or whatever it may be. So we do have to be good defensively, which I think we can be, but we do, when we go up forward, we have to make the most of our opportunities. Against the Giants, I think we went in nearly 60 times. I think it might have been 57 times for like 19 shots at goal or something ridiculous like that. Last week against Essendon, St Kilda went into the forward 50 42 times for 22 shots at goal. So, 15 or so less forward entries than us, but 52% scoring opportunities. Us going from 19 shots from 57 is a bit ridiculous. That's very Buckley Harvey-like, and something that we're not trying to do. But when you've been playing that way for years, it's going to take a bit of time to see that transition back to lowering our eyes, hitting targets and stuff like that. I think Mason Cox is going to be very, very, very valuable. I think he does play, and he's going to be very valuable against St Kilda. I don't really rate their backline at all. They got Dan Howard there. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything about St Kilda, because I really don't. But I do not rate their backline. By saying that I do not rate their backline, I just mean going up against our forwards like Mason Cox. Who's going to play on Cox? And I know a lot of teams are going to have this sort of problem when Mason Cox is on his game. Is Battle going to be there? Is Wilkie going to go up against him? Is Howell going to go up against him? We know that if we can get the ball to Cox, he'll clunk those marks, but we have to lower our eyes, we have to hit targets. Same with going into Jamie Elliott, Brody Myercheck. We've got a very, very dangerous forward line now. I know Nathan Kruger comes out of it. I would have loved to have seen him in there, but, you know, Brody Myercheck, Mason Cox, Jamie Elliott, Trippianka will play half forward as well. Josh Dacos will go down there and, you know, play that half forward sort of role, move on to the wing as well. So, you know, Jack Ginnivan, Bo McCreary, the list just goes on. I really like our forward line, and I think we can best St Kilda's back line. Like I mentioned earlier, the biggest battle is going to be St Kilda's forward line against our back line. We know that Pendlebury's going to be playing halfback. Nick Dacos in his debut will be playing off the halfback as well. So you think Dacos would probably line up on Higgins, Butler maybe? Who does Scott Pendlebury, you know, line up on? Because look, Pendles, love him. He's getting a little bit faster. You know, we talked over the preseason. He's not going to be able to keep up with a Higgins or a Butler, in my opinion. But, you know, I'd love to be proven wrong about that. So who does he line up with? Does he not have a man? Does he not play that one-on-one? Then Nick Davis, it's going to be a very, very interesting battle between our back line and their forward line. The midfield, of course, I feel like Brodie Grundy is going to dominate. There's no Patrick Ryder there, but they do have Rowan Marshall. Jack Steele in the middle, could be a Brownlow, Smokey. They've got Brad Hill, who's coming into form now, which is, you know, great for them because they spend so much money on them. But we're going to have Brodie Grundy, Taylor Adams being that ball. We might even see Jack Crisp get a run through the midfield. Jordan De Goey's going to be in there. And we do have that X factor to match it with them. I feel like, you know, a lot of people have been writing us off. St Kilda are favourites. The Herald Sun said we're going to go 0-6 from the first 6 rounds. I honestly think we beat St Kilda on Friday night. In the last 2 games, St Kilda have been playing a high-marking, high-kicking territory sort of game, whereas we've been playing a low-mark, play on at all costs, handballing, forward movement sort of game. So that's going to be another battle. If we can keep possession off them, keep it running, that'll go a long way. But in saying that, if they control most of the territory, most of the possession with, you know, those marks and those long kicks to uncontested marks, because they only took 3 contested marks against Essendon last week. So if it's a keepings off game, we're just going to have to tackle hard, tackle right, and get them on that fast counter-attack. My prediction is that we will win by 24 points. I've got Jamie Elliott kicking 3 goals, and I've got Nick Dacos in a best-on-ground performance. Alright guys, this has just been my preview for the round 1 game against the Saints. Let me know your thoughts down below. Who do you think is going to win? How much do you think they're going to win by? Who's going to be your big call? But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later. Amazing. Well, as I'm recording this, the Bulldogs and the Melbourne Demons, well, as I'm recording this,